Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a writer for children, focused primarily on picture books, but also write middle grade and YA. And in this mentor text video, we are going to be looking at and studying, if I hold it the right way, Love Z by Jessie Sima. Now, Love Z is an incredible book. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it, and we'll be using it today as a mentor text to explore a few things. So I've taken some notes here, and I'm going to just kind of go through the story and see if you can, as we're talking, identify some of the things that I am seeing done really well here in this book, and see if you can see where you can do those things in your story. So I picked Love Z, first of all, because it looks super cute. And I'd heard a lot of good things about this book, but I hadn't read it yet. And when I read it, I was amazed. I realized that this book is such a great example of excellent picture book pacing. And you'll notice that as you read it, it engages you every step along the way. If I could draw like an arc of action for this book and of change, because really to keep a reader engaged, you need to keep changing what's happening. That's going to keep them like, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, what's going to happen next? So this book does a really good job of doing that, and it utilizes, you'll notice, rules of threes in a lot of ways. So something will be mentioned not three times repeated, but things will exist in like little pockets of threes. Tension escalates in threes, and so on and so forth. And I'll show you where she does that. There's also, this is a circular shaped story, so if you are looking for a story that really comes full circle and kind of repeats how it started at the end, this is a great example of a circular story shape, and you can use this as a teaching tool for teaching you how to do that. And then I also think it has a great opening line, so let's start there. Okay, so Love Z starts out, we meet our main character. And on the first page it says, on a bright, chilly day, Z went out looking for adventure and stumbled upon a piece of half-buried treasure. So already from this first line, this is one sentence, we know who the character is, we know where we are, a bright and chilly day. The illustration obviously also tells us where we are. We know already a bit about who Z is because he went out looking for adventure. So we already know that this is not a shy robot. This is not a timid robot or an angry robot. This is an adventurous robot. This little character likes to seek out adventure and explore. So already, again, in one sentence, we know who our character is, where it's set, and we know a little bit about the character's personality. And then the end, it says he stumbled upon a piece of half-buried treasure. So it ends with what I like to call intrigue. And I've noticed this in a lot of other picture books, particularly the classics I'm thinking of right now, Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats, and also The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. They kill that first line. They all have in common, though, intrigue. They give you a little something to make you go, what is in that little egg on that leaf? What did Peter see outside his window? What is that buried treasure Z has found. So Sima does a great job capturing these components that make a fantastic first line. I think if you are looking for an example of that, you should really study her work, and then really just take a look at a couple of books, picture books that you like, that you really engage with, and read their first lines and see if you can find similarities in what they're doing in those first lines. Of course, not all books are the same or formatted the same way, but this one is done really classically in that it's like a hero's journey type story. So if you have one that's similar to that, you may want to really use that first line, make the most of it, introduce your character, introduce us to the setting, give us a little nibble about their personality, and then hook us with some intrigue and make us want to turn the next page. So we go along and, Z finds that it's the letter from Beatrice. He can't really read it, but he's curious about it. And then enter the first threes. So there's a couple of scenes that break down here, and these end up being repeated near the end of the book to come full circle. But he's asking for a bedtime story, he asks for a nightlight, and then a good night kiss. So we're setting up these three things that he does to get ready for bed that his family helps him with, okay? And then, of course, you hit the first problem or inciting moment where he realizes the robots don't know what love is, and his reaction is so cute. He's like, but you always know the answers to everything. And then it says, well, maybe there is one person who knows what love might be. And that is when, okay, maybe there was one person, okay, who? I want to know who, so I'm going to turn the page. And then we just see Z went out looking for Beatrice. So this is the actual start of his adventure, the start of his hero's journey, okay? And it's paced perfectly. We get just enough setup, right, with who he is. Here he's, getting that kind of call to action, sort of. We're getting set up, seeing how his life is currently. And then, boom, problem. The other robots don't know what love is. And now he has a purpose with which to tell a story. So Z goes out and he finds friend, Captain, to look for Beatrice. So this is the start of their journey together, and here we are with the next threes. So they start on their journey asking around if anyone knows who Beatrice is. First they ask this beaver, then they ask this turtle, then they ask, I assume they're asking the scarecrow. They don't realize that the crow is there. That's how I interpret this page. It's super cute. And then the crow responds. So again, 1, 2, 3, which is really, it just has this feeling to it, this feeling of familiarity when you drop things in threes. So there's that. And then, of course, now he's encountering these people or animals or whoever who he thinks might know what love is. This, if we pull back a little bit, also happens in threes. So first he asks the crow. Crow doesn't know, gives him a clue. Then he goes to talk to the baker. Baker doesn't know. Okay, she's number 2. She tells him to go to school. He goes to a school. The kids tell him. They kind of confuse him to the point where he gives up. Boom. Guess what? Now we have a problem escalated even farther because our character has gone on a journey so far. He's asked 3 people, then he asked 3 more people, And now he still doesn't have a solution to his problem. So this for me, and this is almost smack in the middle of the book. This for me is the next really, this is like the climax. This is the pivotal point where, what does he do? Does he go home? Is he ever going to figure it out? We're in the middle of this. We know there's more story to go, but what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Okay? That's what you want. You want people wanting to know what's going to happen. Okay? Well, what happens is they find this mysterious place. Now, I will emphasize, look at this. This is almost another starting line, another opening line. But it's opening to what? It's opening to like the third act, basically. Z was about to suggest that they change course towards home when they stumbled upon a good place to spend the night. Okay, so we get some insight into how Z is feeling, and then boom, there's some intrigue again. Well, what did they stumble upon? Where are they now? What are they doing? We see through the illustration where they are, and wonder who lives there. I don't know. But this is great because this is almost like I said, another opening line about 2/3 into the book. So again, we're like, boom, we're hooked again. And now we want to know now what's going to happen. So he meets Beatrice, and he's so super shocked that he's found her. And then we hit threes again. So here we have Beatrice. He's asked her what love is, and now she's thinking, or she thought and thought and thought some more. So we're setting up through the illustration their bond. Okay. Then we turn to the next page where Beatrice now has thought about, so on a small scale, she has thought about what love is. Now on a bigger meta scale, she's dropping kind of the punchline to the whole book. Love is warm and cozy and safe. You'll know it when you feel it. This one I don't really count as a 3 because that's kind of the crux, but it's warm and cozy and safe. But boom, light bulb moment, okay? Then what happens? Change. The family of robots barges in. Okay, this is unexpected to the reader because what we've done so far is here we have Z getting the answer to his quest. So you would think, well, what's more to know? The story's over, right? He's done. He knows now what love is. But he doesn't because he hasn't felt it yet. Okay? She's alluding to that here a little bit. So boom, change comes in again. The family barges in. See, you were gone. We were so worried. And I love this illustration because she has so subtly hidden that they each have a letter that spells the word family. And it's revealed at this moment. It's perfect. It's genius. It's a great job. Okay, so we were so worried. But now we've found you. And here again, doesn't this look almost identical to the start of the story? Okay, remember this page? Let's see. Start of the story, end of the story. Start of the story, end of the story. It's like literally the same thing. But you can see that the emotions of the robots have changed. Okay, like this one in particular, I noticed. They give the goodnight kiss and he's like plank. He's like no emotion whatsoever, but now he's got a big smile on his face. Okay, so you can see that all the characters have shifted. Even the robot family has shifted in their attitude toward Z. Before they were kind of robotic about it, not really feeling, and now they're like, oh, we were so worried. So it's almost like they too have felt now what love is. But here we have the threes again. Bedtime story, your night light, a good night kiss. Okay? And then, of course, we have the kicker at the end, where he knows now what love feels like because he realizes he's felt it so many times before, but now it has a name. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You know, he leaves her the bottle. I mean, you can't really get more full circle than Love Z. So if you are writing a circular text that is somewhat based on a hero's journey, pick up Love Z. Read and study this. It is done so well. Again, the pacing so well to where anywhere you think that you would hit a wall or you would get bored or start to lose interest, she injects change. And that's really what you have to do to keep kids' attention. You don't have very long. The word count, I was surprised when I typed out this manuscript. The word count's kind of high, actually. It's over 600. So it doesn't feel that way, though, right? Like when you're reading it, you'll notice it does not feel like it has that many words. And I think that's due to Sima's constant boom, boom, boom. There's not a ton of really long sentences except for the opening line, that middle, what I like to call the reopening line. And that, other than that, they're really short and choppy, and they feel like they're just dialogue happening or thoughts happening. So it doesn't feel cumbersome to read, even though it's well over 600 words. So that is my mentor text review of Love Z by Jessie Sima, and I highly recommend it to all picture book writers to study and learn from her fantastic work of fiction. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.